fantastic.
Thank you.
How are you? The hair is different. It's all
It's a little darker.
That never goes anywhere. So much to talk about. First of all, it's hard for me to believe you're so young, but you've been in this business a long time.
Yes.
You started out as a kid, is that right?
Yes, and I'm very old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing print ads and commercials since I was a little kid, and
Really?
I just always loved doing it. It was sort of a hobby.
So when you talk about print ads, what kinds of things are you advertising?
Well, my favorite when I was a little girl, I did this ad for Barbie's Dream House, and I was a big Barbie fan, and I was thinking, ooh, maybe they'll give it to me, you know. But they didn't, and
Oh wait, this is cruel torture. You had to play with the Barbie Dream House, and then at the end of the shoot, they take it away from you?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess if I had had the sort of thought, I would have, you know, mentioned how homeless my Barbies were.
Right,
you know, like, wow, this house would be really nice for my homeless Barbies. But no,
my street walking Barbies.
I know. You know, occasionally they can live in their car, but that's it.
So you didn't get one. That must have been kind of tough.
No, it was pretty devastating because, you know, to actually get to play with it all day and see how fabulous it was.
Right.
No, I didn't.
And then gone. What was? When did you stop doing advertisements and commercials? What was the last one?
Well, the last commercial I did was for Mylanta, which, yeah, I know.
Mylanta is for what?
With gas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Luckily, it wasn't my gas I was talking about. I was talking about my dad's indigestion.
What kind of commercial is that where the daughter talks about the dad's indigestion? What kind of weird relationship is that?
I don't know. I thought it was some of my finest work. But my friends teased me so relentlessly that I had an audition for a Tampax commercial soon after. And I sat there reading this material about my cramps and all this. And I'm like, I can't do it. I can't go in there. I might not book it, but I just can't even fathom what my friends would say if I'm talking about my bloating.
So you just walked out of that one.
So I apologized and I said, I'm sorry, I can't talk about my bleeding. I might have
bloating was enough.
Might have phrased it differently. But
that's okay.
Yes,
my soul just left my body.
You know, you gotta pay the bills, but at that point I was like, that's all right, I'll be homeless like my Barbies.
Now, a lot of women love to look young. You've got a very young look, but has that ever worked against you? Have there been times where you thought, I just wish I had a more mature or older look?
Yeah, well, again, in the same Mylanta era, I was struggling as an actress and couldn't, you know, I couldn't get a real job because I needed to have the days free to audition. So I thought, oh, I'll go to bartending school and become a bartender because then I could work at night and audition.
A lot of actors do that, yeah.
Yes. So I spent basically my last $600 to go to bartending school, and I get my little certificate, and then I go into the bar, and I'm like, hi, will you hire me? And they're like, no. There's no way you could card somebody. You're way too young looking. People will be carding you. Like,
you don't have that authority,
No. So I couldn't get hired. Luckily, Buffy came along and changed my life.
That changed everything.
Yeah.
I took one of those bartending courses, and they kept getting mad at me because all I wanted to do at the time was all those Tom Cruise moves in Cocktail.
Yeah.
I wouldn't focus on how to make the drinks. I was like flipping things around and smashing things and whipping them down the bar.
It's fun, though.
It's fun, but I look like a jackass, you know.
I really like the fountain machine.
Right.
Yeah, I could spray friends.
Another reason they didn't let you become a bartender.
Maybe. Maybe it wasn't the carding issue at all.
It wasn't really that. No. It was that you were spraying the man at the time.
Hire me!
Britney Spears was just on your show, How I Met Your Mother, again.
Yes.
I got to ask you, because it's become such a circus wherever she goes, that has to intrude on your lives when she comes to do an episode of your show, doesn't it?
Well, the first episode was a big hoopla. A helicopter followed her into work, and, you know, people were taking pictures of her off the parking structure, and, you know, it was pretty crazy. But the second time they moved her trailer to sort of a more isolated location, and the paparazzi sort of left her alone, I guess.
Does she, I mean, you just worked with her. Does she seem like she's doing a little better? Does she seem happier? That's good.
Yeah, she's fantastic, and you know, just a really, really sweet girl. Yeah. I mean, if I had lived in a hole all my life and not known who Britney Spears was, I'd just be like, yeah, okay, she's another guest star who's lovely.
Yeah, I just can't imagine a helicopter. She drove to, and a helicopter following you.
I know. The top of her head, is it that interesting, really?
I watched it, I watched it for like 9 hours on C-SPAN. Like, that's the thing is people will just, every time you turn on the TV these days, it's a car, it's a celebrities going somewhere completely unimportant.
Yeah.
And like any other idiot, I'll just be like, this is so stupid. And I'll watch it till a beard grows on my face.
I'll see helicopters, I'm like, oh, I wonder who it is.
You never think it's you?
No.
Okay.
No, I stay away from that.
Well, the season finale of How I Met Your Mother will air Monday night at 8:30 on CBS. Alyson, thank you so much. Always great seeing you. Alyson Hannigan, we'll be right back. You got to stick around. Duffy. You heard Duffy? She's amazing. Stick around. Yeah.